Hey, happy Monday to folks. So today I want to really draw attention to EV stocks. The headline for this morning is in NKLA, dropped 24%, but there's something far more important going on that I really want to talk about and show you. And so, just to start with, let's talk about the industry itself. This year, 2020, has been a crazy year, but the meme stock or the meme sector of the year has been EV, electronic vehicles. And that happens every year. You have some meme. Like last year, 2019, it was pot stocks. And the year before that, it was blockchain, or rather 2017, it was blockchain. And all a company has to do is release a press release talking about his exposure to this, and the stock goes crazy. And these memes all end basically the same way, spectacularly. And so to lead off this morning, after we've had this huge run in EV stocks, just going crazy up and down, lots of volatility this year, this news came out that the deal between GM and NKLA fell through, and it goes down 24%. Now, I don't trade on the news. I think the news is utterly useless for making money because you don't know about it beforehand. But what happened this morning after this news came out is what I found interesting and definitely useful. So last week, let me bring it up here. Last week, I talked about NIO. Let me find out where I put that because it gave me a little signal here when I posted this idea. It came up and tried to break the all-time high, and it failed. This was on the 24th. This was on November 24th last week, and tested it once again, and now it's holding that level. One of the most bullish stocks showing a sign of weakness. And so what did it do today? Oh, that's exactly what it did. Basically, here's what was interesting about it. I'm going to clear up the trade here. So this is the opening bar right here. This stock opened at 54.25, which basically opened unchanged from last week. So while NKLA was down 24%, it opened at the same price. Now, why is that significant? Well, because it was showing that it didn't care. Didn't care. No care is given that this other stock in the industry is having a bad day. But as the day went on, as the morning here went on, we did see an actual sell off. So price action is telling us something. It's telling you at first it didn't care, but now it is caring a little bit. The market's down today, but this is also within the sector. And here's another one. This is actually probably even more telling to me. This is Tesla. So Tesla, because of how incredibly freaking bullish it is, actually opened up this morning. It actually opened higher than it was last week, and then it immediately sold off. People tried to go long on Tesla, but this contagion came in and must have influenced it in some way. And so, what I'm getting at is that you're starting to see weakness. This thing's still bullish. It's still got a lot of people that are perma long, but this has been the most bullish sector this entire year. And these things don't go on forever. And at this point, this morning, at first, the sector itself and all the individual stocks did not care that NKLA had a massive sell off. It didn't care. But now it is starting to care. And these are always going to be correlated to some degree because it's the meme of the year. So if you're in these and you've made a bunch of money, I think it's time for you to really consider that, not get greedy. And what gets me is this final rant. I don't understand why people chase gains the way they do. In other words, they'll put their entire life savings into something that's up 200% year to date and then expect that they're going to retire on this one trade. Now, if you watch Wall Street Bets enough, I suppose you see a few people with a high enough sample size that actually can pull that off. But I do understand what it is. People chase gains. But I don't understand why if people are willing to put that much risk on a trade, they would not consider putting that on when they have a superior risk to reward. Instead of chasing something that is up hundreds of percent year to date, why can't they just actually take some risk on something that has like this massive upside potential? So give that some thought, and I hope it helps some people make some good decisions. So see you in the next video.